Okay, hello. So this is a video to help somebody who asked a question about Drambo. They were trying to make a setup where they can take MIDI in from the main and use a MIDI CC control module to control a switch to feed the MIDI data to different channels based on the position of this CC controller here. I've done it. I've looked at what they've done with the post on Elektronauts. I didn't see why it shouldn't work. So I thought, well, that's a challenge. I'll try and figure it out. And I've made it work. As we can see, if I have this knob here, I play my MIDI keyboard off screen, and it goes to, well, the MIDI comes in here, goes to the switch, and then goes to channel 1, MIDI channel 1 here, or Drambo channel 1. And if I move this dial, it goes to MIDI Drambo channel 2. Move this dial, goes to Drambo channel Drambo channel 3. Right, so I'll show you what I did. New project, just an 8 tracks MIDI to CV project. Go to the main track here, move this so I can add something, and we need to find, we pull down to search, don't we? So there we go. If we find a MIDI CC controller, like that, and then pull to the right and add a switch. Now, initially I thought maybe he had an audio switch, but no, he'd a MIDI switch, 1 to some number of outputs, great. And then we need to start routing some MIDI. So the MIDI controller is coming from the main input here, so I can map something to that value knob and then have that do something. And now we want to see if MIDI is coming into the MIDI switch so that there's note data coming in and it can go somewhere. And then the index, which is which button it is, we're going to control with the MIDI CC controller. So now when I move the value knob, it switches between these two when it goes past 50. I added a third just to check, so now it's at 33 and then 66 and up it goes. So now we need to route the MIDI out from the switch to some channels. So I think you press this and then you pick one of the switches you've created, and then number two from the switch, and number three, and then we need to put some sounds on. So we go to Drambo channel 1. I've already got MIDI to CV in there, so we'll just add a sound generator, instrument rack, factory, waves, kite. Now this is the wavetable expansion. There's only a few like presets in here that come with it, but really strongly recommend anyone who has Drambo to get the wavetable expansion, because it is really great. I should spend a bit more time creating some sounds with it really, but I've got too many other things going on. So I don't know, maybe we'll do fuzzy poly arp. That sounds good. And then I've got 3, haven't I? So instrument rack and factory and waves thingy, Harley, whatever that is. Oh no, it's a Harley motorbike, right? Maybe that'll do. Right, so we've got 3 sounds here. So if I select the channel, if I select channel 1 and play it, it'll work. If I select channel 2, it'll work. Select channel 3. Great. So now if I go back to main, and if I have the switch, if I have this controller anywhere below 33, it will have switch 1 enabled, and it should send the MIDI to channel 1. And now if I move this up to anything above 33 and below 66, it should send it to switch 2, which should go here. Great. And I move that one 3. Great. It's a bit mono. Well, it is mono. Never mind. Doesn't matter. So yeah. So it works. I've not done anything else. I've not changed any other settings. The only other things I could think it might be something to do with is, perhaps in the master menu up here, maybe there's a settings option where maybe track isn't set for the input. But, that's quite basic. I'm sure that the OP had thought about that. The only other thoughts are, if you click on the top of the main module, you've got MIDI input. If I go from the top here, we've got the audio stuff, and then the MIDI stuff. Receives MIDI, active track. So obviously I have to have the main track selected here in order for it to receive MIDI. If I've got 4 selected, nothing's going to go to it. If I want MIDI to go to it all the time, obviously I can choose this and choose always, and then it doesn't matter what channel I've got selected here. It will go to the channel that's selected as well, but it'll always go to the main. And then I can have this. I could map that to a controller. In fact, I'll do it. I'll do it. Is that the MIDI learn thingy? Yeah. Choose that one, and then I'll move. Oh yeah, I've just moved the slider on my MPK thingy, MPK249. So now I can play the keys over here. Yeah, that's right. So I can slide it with my MIDI controller. So basically I can choose the synthesizer voice that I want remotely. So it does work. I guess maybe there's something specific to your setup that's not working properly for it. I don't really know what else to say because it seems like it should work. All right, good luck. Maybe Beat Street Forums can help you, or maybe post the project as a file, and then we can download it and we can dissect it and have a look and see if there's anything about it that isn't quite right. All right, good luck. Good Dramboing. Bye-bye.